Yes, you read the title right. I have played Sonic Frontiers. Now, I've been a little skeptical to make this video because I know how Sonic fans can be. The hardcore Sonic fans, you guys are very particular. You know what you like. I respect that. I'm coming at this from a casual fan. I'm old enough to remember playing the original game, but I dabble. Sonic Mania, I think, is like one of the greatest things ever made, and I really want to see another one. I also really like Sonic Generations. Hell, I kind of like the werewolf one. But after, I guess, the Dreamcast days, I'm not like ride or die, so take my opinion for what you will. I think I'm just talking to people who I see online that are like really quick to dunk on this game after the IGN first gameplay that came out because it looked rough. I think a lot of people, when they talked about it being Breath of the Wild meets Sonic, they thought it was going to be the next big thing for Sonic. But after getting my hands on it a little bit, it's just another Sonic game. Now, that's not bad. I think for Sonic fans, that's pretty good. But for more casual Sonic fans, hoping this thing would be like the next big move forward for Sonic, I'm not sure yet, you know? And it's hard. I don't usually do preview stuff where I get hands-on with a game and then I tell you what I think about it, even though the game isn't done. But I thought it was an interesting conversation here specifically with Sonic. Because I saw the IGN first gameplay, the first like open world roaming gameplay of it, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this, guys. And then like 2 weeks ago at Summer Game Fest, I got to go hands-on with the game and play like 20-25 minutes of it, which, you know, I will completely argue is not enough, but I didn't hate it as much as I thought. I see what they're going for here. I think some of it is Sega kind of like all over the place with it, and I think some of it is just the fact that it still needs more time in the oven. I know I overuse that phrase, but I did have fun playing it. I did have fun discovering this little open world and trying to see how Sonic can fit into it and running around and punching things and jumping on things. So this is really a two-part thing. There's the open world that you explore, the grassy fields, the trees that a lot of people have seen, and then there's the cyberspace stuff, which a lot of previews and early stuff weren't able to talk about. It was like a top secret thing from Sega, but it's actually the best part of the game. So the open world stuff, I'm kind of 50-50 on because it doesn't look great. It's pretty lifeless, and a lot of the stuff in it isn't super engaging. You know, some of the puzzles, some of the enemy encounters, specifically with the enemies, like the combat is clearly still a little buggy, but it can be pretty cool. But it's really the things you're fighting. I didn't find them that thrilling or exciting at all. Pretty lifeless. Sonic really has nothing to say. There's no flair. There's no personality to any of it. Just like running to quiet music, which I thought could be pretty chill, but like with the game just feeling kind of like muddy, it didn't really work. The one thing I do like about the open world is doing enough and progressing enough in it to then unlock certain stuff that will make it easier to progress back or to a new area. So if you check off boxes, it's got the open world task stuff, but like if you check off boxes or you clear out a thing or you unlock a thing, it will actually open up new grind rails and new speed boosts to more easily get around this island, which that I like because it was like the more time you spent in this open world and the more you put into it, the more the world would give back to you and you'd be able to get around much faster like a Sonic the Hedgehog would. But it just seems like there's a lot of BS that I don't really care about. Some Sonic fans might be into it, but there's a lot of like just like collecting things and story stuff that I didn't really find very interesting. But at the very least, two things really clicked with me was like once I really started discovering to open up and unlock grind rails and jumps and stuff like that, and then I was flying around, I started to kind of enjoy myself. And then also when I first fought like an open boss like out in one of the big fields and you lock onto that boss and you're running around this giant boss and you're trying to like jump and pop up into him, I thought that was pretty engaging and I thought that was pretty cool. Even if the enemy type itself was like a boring generic robot, I like the encounter. So if this is only like scratching the surface, if this is like the beginning of the game, you know, I'm into that. That being said, it needs a lot of time. I would like to not see this game release for a while because there are some good ideas here, but it's a hot mess. And a lot of times with previews, like when you go hands-on to preview a game, you are playing an older version of it. Like there's probably in the developer's office a new current version they're working on. They finished this build a couple weeks back, something like that. But it needs a lot of time. Graphically, it's rough. The animations are a little weird. It doesn't look good. It's a hot mess. But I will say, in terms of how it controls and how it moves and how it flows, it's smoother than it looks. If you watch that IGN first gameplay video, it looked a little stilted, a little awkward. And I think that was really just, I don't want to blame the person playing. It's more just, you know, early game stuff when you're not moving around. It just didn't look as good. It actually controls and feels better than it looks. But keep in mind, I'm not doing like Defense Force for Sonic Frontiers or anything. I just want this game to succeed because like I'm an old Sonic fan. I'm not a diehard Sonic fan, but I have love for the character and I see the potential, especially with how like the time is now, man. The Sonic movies are so popular. The character is in the zeitgeist. It's like in the culture more than it has been in a while for mainstream popularity. So now is the time for them to like really knock people's socks off with a new kick-ass Sonic game, especially new kids coming into this thing. You know, we have Sonic Origins and like the things going on with that. I think every kid should just play Sonic Mania and call it a day. But in terms of a 3D fully Sonic thing, I get what they're trying here. I just wish it had more personality and more time and love, graphical fixes, stuff like that, because I still can't help but root for it. Because on paper, it sounds kind of fun. And then when you factor in the other thing, the thing that Sega wasn't really talking about, the cyberspace zones, so you got to see these briefly in the trailer for in the newest Nintendo event. Super brief trailer, but it's Sonic in 2D and 3D running zone adventures that are visually incredible. We've seen Sonic run in weird sci-fi areas, almost like hyper-stylized city streets, new kind of retro funky versions of like Green Hill Zone and stuff like that. And straight up, it's the best part of the game. Like when I played this in my hands-on preview, I was like, oh shit, why didn't you guys show this to people? So the way it works is when you're doing stuff out in the open world, you're collecting these portal gears from doing things like solving the simplistic puzzles in the world or just like finding secrets or fighting bosses. So you get these specific gears and then you bring them to a sort of like sci-fi alien looking altar. And then once you unlock it, it will zap you into a cyberspace zone where you can play through just a sick ass, incredible, I would say like Sonic Generations style level that just is visually pretty amazing, super fast, super zippy, very fun, very like good flow to it. And there's 2D parts, there's 3D parts. You know, if you've played a Sonic Generations or a thing like any of those, that's what this is, just like bigger, better versions of that. And that seems to be the best part of the game. The open world stuff seems, I'm a little torn on it. Like I said, there's some good things and some bad things, but like if I'm doing the open world stuff to get to the next this type of level, that's a compelling reason for me to play, because these levels, these cyberspace zones blew me away. Like straight up, I was actually smiling when I was playing. So if I sound like I'm all over the place, good and bad, I am. I think that's how it should be. I think that's how previews should be for games. Like I said, I don't do them a lot, but if I go and play a game and come back, I want to talk about the good and the bad. And Sonic Frontiers still has a lot of unanswered questions and some good stuff and some bad stuff. I would like to see it just worked on for a long time. I think the pieces are starting to come together. With Team Sonic saying that like people saw the gameplay and like they didn't understand. Well, the other part is this cyberspace stuff. So there is really awesome potential there, but I think it all has to come together. And I think Sega really needs to give this love. They need to not half-ass this, like I said, because Sonic is back and better than ever, baby, in a lot of ways. Fucking go for it, dude. Do not try and far down another Sonic game and make it an open world, because that's the thing right now. I think it's 50% that and 50% like something good. There's something good there. So again, because I said it's a preview, like I don't think I should come out and definitively be like, it's terrible, or come out and be like, it's good, because we don't have the full story yet. But that's at least where I'm at temperature-wise from playing it. Even with some of the colleagues and stuff I spoke to, people playing it, it is divisive. Some people were like, ugh, man. And some people were like, hey, not bad. I'm curious to see, I'm hoping, I don't know for sure, like at least with what I saw, but like I'm curious to see if this can really clean up its act and be this 3D Sonic game that gets people that don't really play many 3D Sonic games, like get them in. Because I think people who do stick with and play and like ride or die every Sonic 3D game will still probably embrace this and enjoy this. But like I said, there's still a lot more to be shown, a lot more questions to be answered, and a lot more has to come together. More vibe, more personality, better graphics. I could just keep going. I just like that the story isn't over, and I'm looking forward to see what else the deal is with Sonic Frontiers. Because like I said at the start, I am rooting for it. But that's me yapping about Sonic Frontiers for a minute. Please be civil to me in the comments. I'm trying. That's just my gut feel. you know, that's really it. So I want to know what you guys are thinking. I'll try to answer some of your questions. There's not a ton I actually can because the slice I saw was kind of small, but still, I'm looking forward to the conversation down there with you guys. What I want to know specifically from you is if you watched the Nintendo, the newest brief, like 2-minute long trailer, what do you think of those cyberspace zones? Did that kind of change how you were feeling? Because they're cool. So let's talk about anything Sonic Frontiers. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Definitely hit me up. But thanks for listening to me yap about this. I don't talk about Sonic a lot on my channel, but I do like it. And again, just make Sonic Mania 2. Please, God. Anyway, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Subscribe because video games. Pizza's on me.